Good morning, everyone. Steve Georgie here from Allendale's Trading Floor. It is May 6, 2011, and I'm bringing you your morning coffee. We've got some exciting markets again today. 7:30 we released, the USDA released some unemployment numbers. We had non-farm payroll now up here, 244,000 jobs. The expectation was 221,000 from March, but the unemployment here was increased as well. We're now at 9% unemployment. And the markets reacted very quickly to that. Crude oil at one point down about $1.50, came back to down about 50 cents. It is settling down a little bit. It is down $1 at this point, putting that at 98.75. So the sell-off continues. Started yesterday, down a significant amount, now breaking another $1 today. It was down quite a bit overnight, more than $4, almost $5 at one point. Now trying to find its way back here and find some support, but nonetheless, it is still lower. The dollar found some good news here, I guess, from these unemployment numbers. The dollar was right about unchanged once the numbers were released. The dollar then started to rally. We're now up 17 cents for that dollar, looking pretty good here after a decent gain yesterday. But the dollar still is in a downtrend here. We've got some resistance just above us. We'll see if we can see or go up and try to meet those highs today. But metals, wild ride there in the metals. Gold down $1.50 again today, puts that at 14.80. Saw a sharp sell-off yesterday, but nothing like we have seen in silver. Silver down another $2.75 right now. We found just a tremendous amount of selling over the last few days. Puts silver right now at 33.50. Kind of something interesting here with silver. You talk about margins. Why is silver selling off so much? Where is it going? They're getting a lot of margin pressure right now. There could continue to be some selling here for silver as well. But just in the last 6 days, they've taken margins on one contract of silver, just over $14,000 to be in silver, one contract, to now $28,000. They have doubled in the last 6 days. So that's what's causing some of this selling as well, and guys that can't meet the margins and they just need to get out. But that's further pressuring things at this time. A lot of soft markets right now, kind of mixed with that dollar bouncing around a little bit. They also had a sharp sell-off yesterday. Sugar now up about 9 points. Just a small recovery here. Cotton still working its way lower, down 14 points right now. So we'll see what they have to do, but they react a lot with the dollar, and so they're going to be watching that today. Now, as far as the grains have been mixed up in all of this as well. You know, corn overnight right now trading about 9 to 10 cents lower. We're going to be looking at a lower opening here this morning as well. We had disappointing export sales yesterday that helped pressure things. But when you look at planting pace and you look at the progress that the farmers are making out there, there's been quite a bit of progress here for Iowa, Nebraska, southern Minnesota, even in Illinois in certain areas. But the trade is now expecting to see off of that planting progress report Monday. We're looking anywhere between 30 to 35% planted by next Monday. So that's what the expectations are, but when looking at some of the weather maps right now, they do have some pretty good rain amounts coming in across the Corn Belt for later on this weekend, also into next week as well. So we may see that pace slow down a little bit, but it's at least comforting to see that we at least have gotten something in the ground. But we are looking for a lower start there. Beans, finding a little bit lower opening as well, 3 to 4 lower, following suit with everything else. The big thing with the beans is watching the energies, watching crude. We've seen that run together here lately, and that helped pressure things yesterday. But being down only 3 to 4 cents, it came off of its lows pretty well from overnight. We'll see if we can get some kind of strength. The funds were sellers of about 7,000 contracts yesterday, so not too many contracts there. We'll see if they come in and try to support things here before the weekend. The wheat market actually trading higher. So after a pretty good sell-off overnight, we have seen wheat right now about a penny to a penny and a half higher. So we're going to be looking for potentially a little bit of strength out of that wheat today. We had the Kansas crop here from the Wheat Quality Council they've gone around here and they've put an average for Kansas as far as yield on this wheat at 37.4 is what they had released yesterday. So that may be supportive here for wheat. We'll see. It's kind of a disappointing yield. That is just one state, but and it's also just their guess here at this point, but maybe enough here to support a little bit. Funds were sellers yesterday of about 3,000 contracts of wheat, and we'll see what kind of support we can have here today. As far as cattle, you got fat cattle trading lower right now, 70 to 80 cent lower. They got mixed in with the macro selling here yesterday. But we do have a downside target on that June cattle contract here near 106. So we are still looking for further downside on that as far as fats. Feeders working a little bit lower here today as well. But hogs trying to hang on to some support. Two things that were higher yesterday. We had the dollar. We had the hogs higher. And here today, hogs right now trading steady to maybe 10 lower. Still trying to find some support in here after kind of a bloodbath over the last week. So hopefully we can see some support there for hogs. We had pork cutouts that were down about 47 cents. So we are finding a little bit of a pullback from that. That puts those prices here at 90.84. So as always, feel free to give us a call over here at any time. We've thrown a lot of information at you here this morning. The number here, 800-262-7538. If you have questions on anything that's been said today or even just want to find out what the markets are doing, give us a call. We'd be glad to help you out. You can take a look at a lot of this information right there on our website, allendale-inc.com. And I hope you guys have a great trading day today and have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Take care.